Okay, this morning we're working a dolphin strain I'm trying to create. I want to get a a green dolphin, green peacock even. That's an unusual color in Lake Malawi. Uh, and I've been working on it for a couple generations. Let's take a look at the male I've picked. And you can see he's kind of greenish. The bars are his fright pattern. He's the best that we have right now. So we're going to use him. Then I want to take a look at some females. We've got 2 adult females that produced how many fish?
About 10.
Okay, just a handful of fish, but we've got a dozen young females to add to the breeding colony. So let's put those in here and take a look at those. You know what? That's a male. Do something with him in a minute. Okay. And what I want to do is talk about these females. Of course, that's a young male too, so he's going to go in the. Well, I don't know. Let me look at him again. Okay. Here's what I'm looking for in a female. Somebody that's got, of course they faded out. Somebody that's got a lot of yellow in her, so we just have to go with what we have right now. But the young females are more yellowish than the older females, and I'll show you the older females in a second. Let's go ahead and put these guys down with the male. These are going to go into, because it's a small breeding colony, they're going to go into 110. See that female right there has some nice color. What I'm thinking, these are daughters of a really good male we had before the winter storm. And what I'm thinking is, well, first of all, that they're yellower than normal. So I'm thinking that the best females for this, see that female's kind of yellowish, this one isn't, but I've got to go with what we have. But I'm thinking in the future that the yellow females will throw the best green males. We'll see if I'm right. These are our 2 adult females. Oops. Except for that's a male. Well, no. Let me take a look at that fish. The head says female. The fins say female. The color doesn't. I'm going to put it in there and see what happens. If that's the case, this is our only breeder female that produced about a dozen youngsters, 10 to 12 youngsters. Okay, well, we'll look at that other fish next time and see if it turns out to be a male. We don't probe to tell sexes. That's just an extra. The fish are already stressed from being handled. That would just be an extra thing. Plus the labor of doing that with the number of fish we raise. So sometimes I go with brute force. So we've got this male, possibly another male, but I think that's a female, and a dozen young females. So we'll set these guys up, take a look at them in about 4 months, and grow up the next batch. By spring, we'll have offspring to take a look at, see if we get a better male. What I'll do in developing a new color strain like this, let's take a look at this male one more time. I'm calling these dolphins. He's got a little bit of a hump. I'd like to have more, and there, he's kind of showing some green there. What'll happen when I'm working on a new strain like this is I'm mating him back to related females. They aren't his daughters because they're daughters of the best male, our breeder male that we lost in the winter storm. But what I'll do is in the spring, when we look at his offspring, if we have Well, and actually, we'll look at his offspring because we've got about a dozen of them over here that will be grown big enough next cycle that I can maybe pick somebody, if not definitely by spring. So what I'll do is if I find a better male, meaning one that's greener, then he'll get replaced by that better male. And we'll use his daughters to mate to that fish. If I don't find a better male, we'll mate him back to his daughters and then get his granddaughters and concentrate the genes that I'm looking for. Kind of blue with an overlay of yellow that makes it look, you combine those two things, you get green. So I'll just keep doing that process, keeping the best male, mating him to his daughters, granddaughters. Once I get a better male, that male becomes a breeder and he gets mated to his sisters and relatives, eventually daughters and granddaughters, until I get what I want or I decide that I can't get it. Okay, good fish keeping.